Hi, all. Welcome to Diversified Finance. My name is Lakal. Just a quick video regards to Bitcoin price action. So last 2 days I've done two videos, and 2 days ago I mentioned we could see for the downside, and it was a kind of a like bear trap. Like the price went down, looked as if it's gonna go a lot lower, but it pumped all the way back up that the trend line we discussed on that day. And now it's a complete opposite, right? It just went back up, looked as if it is going to go a lot higher, and then there was a bull trap, and now we're back down, like I think somewhere near 38,700 or so. One thing I want to make sure, like it seems like everybody's expecting a 30,000, right on the dot, like somewhere near 30K. So what I noticed, like over the years, when most people are expecting some kind of a number to happen, it might not get there, right? The two scenarios, it might not get there. The second one is it might even go a lot lower, right? Maybe below 30K, like to like 25K or so. So but right now, let's have a look at the Bollinger Band. So this is like a really good indicator that we can use in near term. For this is like for short term. As you can see here, Bitcoin price. So the purple one is the upper Bollinger Band, and the light yellow one is the lower Bollinger Band. And as you can see here, we normally when we get uh, below, like get closer to this lower Bollinger Band, it tends to go back up to the upper Bollinger Band. So it's normally between swap between, it just move around between lower Bollinger Band to upper Bollinger Band, as you can see here. So if that's the case, when we look at it right now, it's right near the lower Bollinger Band. But let's not forget we've seen like a wick here. So if you want to see something similar, let's say let's measure this drop from the Bollinger Band, which is about 8%, 8.5% or so. So if we could expect a similar drop from the Bollinger Band from now, right, we could see Bitcoin drop to about 33, 34,000, right? Even 33 to 34,000. Let's say 33 to 35,000 or so. So that's when, like, given that everyone's waiting for 30K, right? If it drops to like 33,000 and then pumps a lot higher, right? Then that means because everyone's expecting it, it might not get there, right? This is what we've seen over the years. So if that's the case, 33 to 35K would be like a really good entry point. But having said that, I'm not trying to find the bottom here, right? No one knows the bottom, right? But I would like to buy, like for example, if you look at this candle right here, let me just zoom out a bit. Look at this candle, like you can see this like this some kind of short term but bottom. And as you can see here, this candle, it dropped from 37,689 to about 33,000. So that's something similar to like a $5,000 drop. So if you see the same here, right, let's say it's a $4,000 drop, right? You could still can pick up a Bitcoin around like 35K, right? So this is a scenario. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure. This is a probability, probability that, like, there's a probability it could happen. So right, I mean, none of these like uh, certainties. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure. So that's why I have a feeling. I mean, let's look at the big picture, right? Bitcoin has been going down for like 5 months. So December, January, February, March, now April. This is end of April. It's still in a downtrend, right? We can say it's in a bear trend since it hit 69. So given that's been down for like 5 months, we could expect at least for like for 3 weeks some sort of a rally up to at least up to like 48,000 or up to this 200-day moving average, or could be beyond that. Even if it gets to like 200-day moving average, from here, let's say it drops to like 35,000, right? Hypothetically. And then if it pumps from here to the daily moving 200-day moving average, you're looking at still a 35,000, 35% pump. So let me make it clear, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go to 25K right now, but there could be a possibility after seeing a rally. Let's say it drops to like 35K, and then let's say it goes back up to 45K or 47K or so. Then after that, uh, for next 2 months or so, we might go back into like a similar kind of a bear trend, like short-term bear trend, and then it might capitulate towards 20K. And having said that, this is there's a probability it could happen. I'm not saying, I'm not betting like 100% on it. There's a possibility it could happen. So that's I want to make clear. So what I'm expecting, there's a Fed meeting happening on 3rd of May, 3rd and 4th of May. That's when we're gonna know, like, how many percentage points, like, how many basis points they're going to increase interest rate. So we have that news. And for the coming 2 days, like Thursday and Friday, like, even tonight, like overnight, so Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, that's when we're going to hear earnings from a lot of companies in the US. So if the earnings are really bad, we could see Nasdaq tend to go down a lot lower, right? It already made a lower low, which is not good. It could continue in the past, like in the coming few days, and then towards the weekend, and even on next Monday. And maybe after seems like I've seen like a chart. Normally after the FOMC meeting, it tends to pump a bit higher, or maybe like a bull trend. We've seen that. So this could be like a scenario that it might repeat. So it might drop. When I say drop, it's not that's going to keep on dropping. Like maybe tonight we might have like Nasdaq might pump up a little bit. Like we have like a probably green candle, and afterwards there could be a possibility it goes further down, like maybe on Friday night or on. And for Bitcoin price during the weekend, we might see a lot of weakness for Bitcoin as well. It's not that it's going to go straight down to 35. Maybe might go back up to 39,000 and probably get rejected and go back down. But overnight, if Nasdaq going to drop a lot harder, another 300-400 points, we could see Bitcoin probably drop towards that 34 to 35K. And having said that, none of this financial advice. I'm not betting like 100% it's going to happen, because I just want to buy Bitcoin at lower price. Like, I mean, I'm trading a portion of my money, and at the same time, I want to accumulate for long term. But having said that, I don't know the bottom. So, but if Bitcoin drops to like 35K, if I can grab some Bitcoins at that level, that'll be perfect, right? So that's what I'm planning to do. I'm trying to accumulate Bitcoin for long term, but I would rather pay 35K than 40K. But having said that, even during this downtrend, I kept on adding Bitcoin to my portfolio, like, because as we know, we always DCA, we dollar cost average buy for long term. Because if we expect Bitcoin to go to 100K like next year, like early next year or so, or maybe mid next year, or in 2025, or whenever, like for the next 2-3 years or so, buying Bitcoin at 40K it's a bargain, right? So you're still going to make 5x, like 2.5x from here. So that's what I'm doing right now. So these are the information I just want to make sure that I pass on to you guys. And one more thing, I know most of the altcoins are not looking good, right? I mean, let's say what you bought like a altcoin for $1, right? And then let's say during this downtrend it dropped by 50%. So now the value of this altcoin is 50 cents. Let's not forget, like all coins, once Bitcoin has gone up above 200-day moving average, these all coins that we hold, most of the all coins like metaverse tokens, a lot of other tokens, all coins like that we hold, like specifically the lower cap, micro to lower cap all coins. These coins tend to pump like 5x, right? So let's say you bought a coin, all coin for like $1, and it drops by 50%. I mean, who wants to see that, right? It's not easy like to hold it. Like most of the people who bought during 69K, all coins being 69K, they are already gone out of the market, right? The people who now going to accumulate for long term, they are the only people who are going to make money, right? Most people, they buy high, sell low, and get out of the market, right? We don't want to do that. So if you buy a altcoin for $1, if it drops by 50% to 50 cents, there's a chance, like, we've seen many times, that coin could pump 5x from there, right? So if that happens, it could go up to $2.50. So if you not going to sell it, if you're going to hold it for long term, you're still going to make money. The trick is, right, the strategy is, you need to hold it, right? These bear trends, like, it's normal for a market, right? Everyone has to go through it. Most people, like, we'll see a bull trend for a short period of time, and then normally 75% of the time we would probably be in a bear market. 25%, or maybe like 10 to 25% of the time we'll see probably, like, a bull run. So uh, so even if you down 50% on your old coins, you still can make money. You can still make 2.5x. You could still make 250%, as per the example I mentioned, because I've seen that happen many times. So hold on to your old coins. If we see a capitulation, Bitcoin drops to like 35k, right? I'm not expecting to see 30k, because everybody seems like everyone's expecting 30k. So if it drops to 35k, right, or even 37k, we could see all coins tend to go a lot lower, and then there'll be a good, there could be a capitulation. If you see some sort of a wick, as per what we're seeing right here, if you see that sort of wick, like, pay $4,000-5,000 drop, that'll be like a great opportunity for us to accumulate altcoin for future as well, for the next bull trend, like not the bull market, bull trend. And having said that, it's been like 5 months we've been a bear trend. So, and then given that, looking at these Bollinger Bands, I think we are likely to reverse and go back up to retest 200-day moving average. So anything below 38,000, I'm gonna accumulate for long term, and I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If we see like a capitulation event where we see like a massive wick towards like 35k, 33 to 35k, that's when I'm gonna add more for long term. So that's it for today, and I'll talk to you in the next video. See ya.